Ladies and gentlemen, well, listening to the remarks made earlier by some of my colleagues, I'm reminded of an Arabic expression, darabni wa baka, sabakni wa ishtaka, which means he hit me and he cried. He challenged me and he complained. 2 weeks ago, Hamas abducted Eyal and Naftali and Gilad, 3 teenagers who were making their way home from school. Rather than denouncing this appalling attack, the Arab nations have the audacity to stand before you today and criticize Israel. Today, the lecture was brought to you by the UN's own odd couple, Iran and Saudi Arabia. Back home, they're fighting a proxy war in Syria, but here at the UN, love is in the air. Ta-la-la-la-la-la-la. Unbelievable. The only thing that they have in common, both are cradles of terrorism and radicalism in the Middle East. One created Hezbollah, and the other created Al-Qaeda. Both of these countries have the audacity to stand here and accuse Israel of human rights violations. Well, they really need a good look in the mirror. And the Qataris, that's all very nice, quietly spreading hate-filled messages and venom. Well, let's put Qatar a bit under the microscope. Well, Qatar treats its foreign workers like slaves and still lectures others on human rights. They also spend billions of petrodollars funding extremist fighters in Syria and murderous Hamas terrorists, yet they have the audacity to tell the world that Israel shouldn't fight terrorism. And the Saudis delegate reminds me of those 2 elderly gentlemen on the Muppet Show, Waldorf and Stadler. They sit in the balcony yelling out commentary without making any real contribution. Well, Saudi Arabia and Kuwait are always calling for human rights, unless it, of course, means advancing women's rights. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the truth is, and it's important to tell the truth in this body, is that Israel is acting to defend its citizens from terrorist networks that surround us. And the truth is, in the last 2 weeks, Israeli citizens came under attack from 3 different fronts. Imagine if it were your cities under fire and your citizens under harm's way. No nation should live under these conditions, and no nation should be asked to submit to terrorist groups. The only responsible course of action is to denounce terror groups and their supporters. And this is exactly what we should all be doing.